Guys, I wanted to sit outside for a little while as I sip on my jamu juice and just chat about all of the summer tasks and activities that take place on our small homestead. It is really fascinating to me to live on land and to really and truly see the rhythm of the year. It is a very real thing. It is a very beautiful thing. It's one of my favorite things to just embrace each thing, notice and take in each thing that really does come out throughout the year at the same time. It's this beautiful cycle. And so right now we're full hummingbird season. All the families are grown up and always here, so I keep my hummingbird feeders full. There are bees galore on all the flowers. It's beautiful. There are dragonflies emerging everywhere. They come and take little sips from our pool. The swallows have nested and their babies have grown up and taken flight. So that's beautiful. We had several nests around the property and seen that. Our bluebird nesting boxes also had mamas and babies, and we've seen those babies grow up and take flight. So there's all these beautiful things that happen at the same time every year, and we get to enjoy and watch. So as far as the garden goes, right now, this time of the year, it's finally starting to really give us something every single day. We were off to sort of a slow start. I did not start seeds inside this winter just to see how it went, and I kind of regret it. Not majorly, because obviously we're going to have plenty harvest, but I will start my seeds inside next winter. I just wanted to see what it felt like this year, and I think I liked my old ways better. So I started everything from seed directly in the soil in the raised beds. We planted tomatoes, peppers of 3 different varieties of peppers, cucumbers, beans, potatoes, which we've already harvested. We had about 100 potatoes, so that was really awesome. Varying sizes. Some were like this big, so I know the number's big, but some were really small. We have planted okra and flowers and lots of herbs, all the herbs, and strawberries, blackberries, muscadines, and blueberries. Blackberry season is behind us. We really enjoyed that this year. I made blackberry jam, blackberry syrup, blackberry crisps and cobblers and pies, and just ate them fresh over our yogurt. Blueberries, same thing. And our muscadines are almost ready. They are looking beautiful. We also have wild muscadine on the property, so we will definitely be going out and looking for those, locating them, so we're ready to forage them when they're ripe and ready to eat. Our fig trees are looking better than ever. No fruit yet, maybe next year, but we're taking care of them, making sure not to accidentally mow over them like we've done so many times in years past. My sunflowers have already bloomed and wilted, so I had a short sunflower season. I could probably plant more now and have them blooming all the way into the fall. So I may do that, or have the boys do that, because some of you know already, this is a very unique summer for me. My foot is in a boot healing from a fracture, so I can't go out there and be all involved in everything like I usually am. But my boys are helping significantly, making sure the garden is weeded and watered, and they're harvesting for me every other day. So those are our crops. I've gotten into preserving already. I've already done a few quick pickles and fermenting some veggies. I don't can, but obviously canning is another method of preserving food, as well as dehydrating, freeze drying, and freezing. I have frozen some things. I predominantly eat things fresh, freeze them, pickle them, or ferment them. And I will show you how I do all of those things in videos to come. I also, plan on starting to plant some fall crops. So we harvested all of our potatoes, and we planted new potatoes already. So those will be for the fall. I'm very excited to already start brainstorming about my fall garden. I definitely want to plant garlic this year, so that's on the horizon, but it's not here just yet. Something else we do is companion planting. So I have some marigolds around and herbs. Those strong, fragrant plants keep pests away, and it's kind of wild. I use 0 pesticides, and I have never had tomato bugs or anything that has just destroyed a crop. Really, my chickens are the main pest to my garden, so I've fenced each bed in, and that has kept them out very successfully in the last 3 years. The first 2 years, they didn't even know where my garden was. It's when we got our rooster that they discovered it. He took them to my garden and they ate every leaf of all my lettuce. It was devastating because spring gardens are my absolute favorite. I'm also starting to save seed. So all the peppers that we're harvesting and eating, my jalapeno peppers, my green peppers, all of my long peppers, I don't know what they're called, my tomatoes, I'm saving seeds so that I can dry them out and plant them again next year. And of course, we're watering our garden. Most of the time I do it in the evening, even though they say morning's better. Evening just works better for me. I like to do our whole day, have dinner, clean up the kitchen, be done with our day, and then go out there and just enjoy the cool of the evening, and we water at that point. We're also drying lots of herbs. I dry my herbs for teas, for cooking, and for herbal tinctures. And then I will be starting some fall seeds indoors. I'm just starting to entertain all of that and look into what I need to start when, so that once it's time to rotate crops, I will have little plants ready to just put into my beds and then have my fall garden succeed. As far as livestock goes, we just have chickens. And I like to think of our dogs as farm dogs, even though they are in and out. They are so wonderful. They are black labs, and I feed them like farm dogs, which I'm also excited to share with you in the next videos to come, how I feed my dogs. It's not feeding them just scraps, it's weighed and measured food and making sure to cover all the nutrients that they need. And I really am enjoying this approach so much better for them. Mainly, they're getting all this amazing nutrition, they're eating real food, they're enjoying their food, and it is actually saving us money. And absolutely nothing goes to waste in this house. Between us, the dogs, and the chickens, I feel like everything is eaten. So it's really wonderful. And the guinea pigs even participate in making sure there's no waste. Although the guinea pigs are definitely not the most, they're not the biggest asset to our property. They really are just pets that take, but what can we say? We bought guinea pigs. So we only have chickens, 4 eggs. I love my chickens. We're down to 21 right now. We've had a little bit of chicken drama in the last 2 weeks. We had 1 baby born out of 25 eggs. And it's kind of sad because we really wanted about 10 new chickens, but we have 1. Either my rooster's old or outnumbered, something's going on, but they were all either duds or unfertilized, and we only had 1 baby. That baby had his good mama, and a fox took her. And then another mama adopted him because she was sitting on eggs, so she thought that was her chick. So she adopted him successfully, and the fox took her about 5 days later. Super, super sad. We have traps out there trying to catch the fox, because if you know anything about foxes, they will come back over and over until they've taken all of your hens. So we're in a little bit of a stressful time right now with our chickens, but hopefully we can catch this fox and get some new chicks so we can grow our flock. So of course, this time of year, the biggest thing for the chickens is to make sure they have clean, cool water. Every now and then I'll do some immune boosts in their water. I've got this stuff called Flock Fixer, and you can smell it strong like oregano. So it's got some oregano essential oil in there, which is excellent for immune boosting and antibiotic and stuff like that. So I'll put that in there. Sometimes I'll put apple cider vinegar in there. Sometimes, just every few days, I give them cooling food. So I'll get cucumbers, put them in the fridge, and take it to them once or twice a day, especially on these days that feels like 100 or higher, because they can be at risk for heat stress. And so we give them watermelon rind, we give them cold cucumber, frozen blueberries, anything we can give them to keep them hydrated and cooled off. We monitor them all the time, making sure all their waters are filled and clean and cool. Of course, always checking their coop, making sure that the enclosure is safe and that they're not at risk for a predator to get in. Our coops are called hoop coops. They're very popular in real homesteads, not in Pinterest homesteads. They're spacious and very well ventilated, super affordable to build. I'll show you our hoop coops in future videos when I can walk again. Well, maybe I'll have some clips in this video where you can see and get an idea. Of course, we clean the chickens' coops regularly, and that's pretty much it. They're very easy to care for, which is a huge blessing. I love having free eggs in abundance, and they're just so healthy for us. We eat them, the dogs eat them, the chickens eat them. It's a huge blessing. And then when I have enough, I share with friends. The next thing going on here is foraging and making medicines for the winter. So I've already made some salves this summer, but I plan on making a couple more. I've made yarrow and calendula salve, which is more for like scrapes and cuts and insect bites. So we grow lots of yarrow here, and so I harvested a lot of yarrow. I dried some for teas because it's also really good for fever. So I like to have that on hand for fevers in the colder months, as well as a tincture that I made for fevers. And I infused some oil with some yarrow to make the salves. And I also made Comfrey SAV, which is great for bumps and bruises and broken bones. So I've been putting my Comfrey SAV on my foot right at the site of the fracture every day. It's called the bone knitter. That herb is called bone knitter. I didn't forage comfrey wild on my property. I grew it, so it's very easy to grow. It's a very, very invasive, so you want to grow it alone in a separate pot, kind of like mint and anything in the mint family. And its roots get really thick and really deep, and it spreads a lot. But it is a fantastic natural fertilizer and excellent for bruises and bumps and fractures, aches and pains, anything like that. So I would highly recommend it for salves. And I will have the boys go check out all the elderberries in the next couple of days here so that they can forage those, so I can make my elderberry syrup for the year. I unfortunately got lazy last year and did not make elderberry syrup, and let me tell you, we all got the flu so bad in January. I regretted it. I couldn't believe it. We haven't had the flu in like 8 or 9 years, and it hit hard. And I feel like maybe it's because we didn't take our elderberry syrup. Elderberry is known to be the #1 best flu fighter, natural flu fighter, preventative and cure. So if you don't have elderberry, somewhere to forage elderberry where it's not been sprayed, then you can order organic dried elderberry offline. And I highly recommend that you follow my elderberry recipe that I'll be sharing in the next few videos. I also have mullein and St. John's wort right now, but I don't need it for anything, so I'm not going to forage that. There's always plantain and dandelion throughout this time of year, but I've got plenty, so I usually do that when it first comes out in the beginning of spring, so I got plenty for the year. So I will be making more herbal tinctures, salves, and all sorts of different concoctions this time of year leading up to the cold months to make sure we are stocked up for the winter. I always have herbal tinctures year-round, but as we run out, I like to replace them. So right now, I don't have any steeping, but I will have some oregano steeping very soon. I'll show you how I make that. And it's kind of like the same thing. You get herbs and steep them in vodka for 6 weeks, strain them and bottle them, and you've got your tincture. You can put it in hot tea where the alcohol evaporates and you're still getting the concentrated herb, or you can just take it straight, or you can make a strong tea. I definitely prefer the tinctures because they're significantly stronger and more potent, but anything's good, you know? So I will be making a tincture soon. I'll show you guys that. And then just the different concoctions you've seen me make through the years. Fire cider, my jalapenos are growing. I'll be making some fire cider here very soon. This jamu juice, you've seen me make that. This is an incredible immune boosting drink. It's got turmeric and ginger and lemon and pepper and coconut water. It's like amazing. Pineapple too, it's so good. Elderberry syrup, and I infuse honey with lemon and ginger and just have that as something to just take spoonfuls of for a little immune boost here and there, or add it to tea as the sweetener and flavor. It's delicious. And then I pickle garlic, so we can just eat garlic straight up. It is significantly less spicy and intense when you pickle it, so I can actually eat the cloves straight that way, but I cannot do that when they're just raw. So if you can't handle raw garlic, I recommend pickling it, and that way it's still got that incredible immune boosting, infection fighting properties, but it's so much more palatable. It's still strong, just not as bad. And then the last thing that comes with this summer is just enjoying it, right? Enjoying the food, the abundance, the seasonal food. My favorite summer recipes, anything with seasonal fruit, the peaches, the blueberries, unbelievable. I mean, crisps and pies and galettes, which is kind of like a flat pie with the fruit exposed with a beautiful crust. Just eating the fruit fresh, of course, over yogurt or cottage cheese. A good peach is like my favorite fruit, I think. Tomato pie, excellent. I will show you what tomato pie is as soon as possible. I love tomato pie. Basil pesto, made 2 jars of that already and it's almost gone. We use that on our pizza, over salmon, on crostinis with bruschetta, over chicken. I mean, you can use it so many ways. It's delicious. Sourdough zucchini bread, oh my goodness, love. Bruschetta, BLTs, jalapeno poppers. Cowboy candy is another preserved method for jalapenos. They're like candied, and we eat them with crackers, cream cheese, and the jalapeno, candied jalapeno. It's called cowboy candy. I'll show you how to make that. It is amazing. Jalapeno cheddar biscuits or cornbread. Oh my goodness. So we fresh mill our grain. So we fresh mill our corn for cornbread, as well as our wheat for all of our breads. And I didn't have corn, so I was very discouraged that I couldn't make this jalapeno cheddar cornbread that I just love for this barbecue meal I made for some friends last week. And I was just sitting there like, man, I really wanted to make that. That would have gone so well with this meal. Oh well, what can I do instead? And I thought biscuits, and then I thought jalapeno cheddar biscuits. So we did it, and it was so good. I think I almost like it better than the cornbread. It was so good. So that's a new favorite. And then peppers, tomatoes, onions, like egg scrambles with all the veggies from the garden. Delicious. It's super, super hot this time of year. Most of our outdoor work is done in the spring leading up to summer, getting the garden ready, getting all things spiffy and cleaned up and manicured, trimming the hedges, weeding the landscaping, getting, anything situated out here. But then when the heat hits, everything's kind of already done, and it's more about maintaining, which takes less time than the big, opening season, I guess. So we maintain, of course, weeding and all of that. Mowing season's here, so the boys have to mow like every week and a half right now. And this land takes about 5 hours to mow. So they'll start bright and early, lots of water, and just mow and weed eat everything. Of course, we don't maintain the whole entire 10 acres. We probably maintain about 5, maybe 4. The whole front yard, side, around the house, and to the back, and then the trails, and then the campgrounds in the way back. And then there's a lot of tall grass and wooded area that we leave because you can't do it all. This isn't Pinterest, you guys. This is real life. We are indoors a lot because of the heat and also all of the food preserving. One harvest will mean, okay, we got to make 3 batches of pickles right now, or 3 batches of pickled jalapenos right now, or get some stuff going to ferment, or get some cowboy candy going, or get some blanched tomatoes and get them in the freezer, So we'll do all of that, and I love it. It's very fun. We get as many herbs as we can to store and dry, not just for medicine, but also for food, for cooking throughout the rest of the year. And then I love, of course, swimming, being in the sun, swimming. The boys get to swim so much this time of year. They were in the pool till like 11 p.m. last night, and I think it was like a meteor shower. I think I got footage of it. It was incredible, the kinds of shooting stars we saw last night. Absolutely amazing. It's really fun to have cold drinks this time of year. Elderflower cordial season is over, but that's probably my favorite and the thing I anticipate most for cold drinks in the summer. But I love making iced lattes. I'll do matcha or chai, and in the colder months, I do the same exact thing, just warm. These, I just add ice to them, and they are delicious. I also love to experiment with kombucha flavors, so we did blackberries and blueberries and strawberries and raspberries for our kombucha this summer with the produce from our garden, and it was so much fun. Our favorite was definitely raspberry and lemon rind, and right now we've got just straight up ginger kombucha fermenting, but we still have strawberries coming out, very sporadic, but still. So I'm going to save those and freeze them and use them for kombucha. Since there's so few of them, we can make them go a long way with flavoring our kombucha. And we're excited to try matcha kombucha. I just made the tea yesterday. It'll be fermenting for the next week, and then it'll do its second ferment next week, and then we'll try it. And I'm very excited to see what that's all about. Apple cider vinegar lemonade is another favorite cold drink of this season. We basically squeeze half a lemon into our cup, add apple cider vinegar, maple syrup, and seltzer water and ice. And then I love getting cold brew teas in the fridge, so I'll just get a big jar, throw hibiscus tea bags in there, and whatever herbs I have. Right now I have lemon balm and peppermint. I'll throw that in there. I'll throw any dried flowers I have, like yarrow or elderflower. And then I'll do a little pinch of Celtic sea salt, mix it up, put it in the fridge, or fill it with cold water and let it cold brew. And we've got that delicious cold brew tea just waiting to be drunk up on these hot days. I also really enjoy cold Earl Grey with lemon balm, cold brew in the fridge. So I always have something going. Right now I've got jamu. Next I'll do something different. Probably one of those cold brew teas. And those are just some of the things we enjoy. I would like to say that we're, getting a lot of sit down, relax, and rest time, but it's just not true. I long for sitting down in the middle of the afternoon and just reading for endless hours with my children, but I feel like those days are behind us. We did that a lot when they were little. Now we read in the evenings. We're actually reading Anna and the King right now, which we're thoroughly enjoying. And I don't know what we'll read next, but it's usually in the evenings. My boys are teens now. They've got a lot of their own interests and things that occupy them during the day. So between their freedom to enjoy their life and see friends and do all that, plus help me with all of these things, and the little extra help I'm needing this summer because of my foot, they, stay pretty busy all day. So it's been a new season for sure. I'm soaking it up with all my heart. I realize I'm starting my second to last school year with Ivan, and it is bittersweet, but very exciting. I will include some footage of the garden, the chickens, the elderberry, anything else that I can catch for you guys in my limited porch and back deck. I'm not really going out much. I've gone out a few times on my crutches, but man, it's very uncomfortable. So I'll get the boys to film some things for you guys to share, some of the current things happening on the property. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Even if you don't live on land, you can do some of these homesteady things with local produce that you can find at the farmer's market, or dried goods that you can order online, organic, of course, or I think a butterfly just landed on my hand. Yep. Or you can grow some things in small pots inside or outside and use the things you grow to make all sorts of lovely foods and preserves. I hope you enjoyed this video, that you're inspired and blessed. See you all next time. This is hilarious. I know we all think butterflies are so beautiful, but they're pretty gross, okay? They like sit on chicken poop all day. It's disgusting. The kids are swimming, and we have seen 3 amazing meteors and several satellites. This is definitely one of the highlights of summer nights in the country.